Hello and welcome everybody, it's me Surex, and in this video I want to talk about the specific star minions. So we have 1 star up to 6 star minions, and what I want to do with you is we take a look at first 1 star, 2 star and so on, and then I'll tell you which minions are the best minions. I would say we pick 2 up to 3 minions out of every single tier to see, okay, these are very good, and yeah, we can also pick, let's say, the loser, but I think loser is always what needs too much niche game. Okay, so let's see. We got an ally cat, Battlecry, summon 1/1 cat, Direwolf Alpha, Mekaroo, Micro Machine, Murloc Tidecaller, Murloc Tidehunter, Righteous Protector, Rockpool Hunter, Selfless Hero, Voidwalker, Vulgar Homunculus, and Wrath Weaver. So Wrath Weaver, by the way, is a new card introduced specifically for Battleground, which says after you play a demon, deal 1 damage to your hero and gain +2/+2. Which means if you use Wrath Weaver and you play a lot of demons, for example, let's say Voidwalker, you have 2 Voidwalkers, then the Wrath Weaver gets +4/+4 is a 5/5, and you have 2 1/3s with Taunt there. So that's basically the basic idea of a Wrath Weaver, to play some cheap stuff, buff him up, and then make for the early game. That's basically what they do. Okay, so to be a very good minion on your own, it's important that you don't need help from outside. Yeah, so it's basically the stat line and maybe the effect that is very good. If this would be normal Hearthstone, I would say the best cards here are Vulgar Homunculus and Righteous Protector is very strong, and Rockpool Hunter, Selfless Hero, and so on, all need tribe support to be good. Yeah, so outstanding without any help, I think it's Righteous Protector and Vulgar Homunculus, because Vulgar Homunculus is a lot of stats for the early game, and Righteous Protector is 2 secured attacks that are not spent to any of your minions. So you don't want to have only 1 minion, so Righteous Protector is basically you can go for whatever you want, and it is protected. Yeah, so that's why I pick these 2 as my usually solo content best minions here. But I want to give you something to think about. Look about how many specific tribes we have on 1 star. We have 1, 2, and that's it, beasts. We have 1, 2, and that's it, max. We have 1, 2, and that's it, demons. But we have 1, 2, 3 Murlocs. This is 1 tribe more than with all of the other tribes. And these are synergetic. Like, for example, if you play Murloc Tidecaller and then you play Rockpool Hunter buffs Tidecaller. And Tidecaller is then a 3/3. And then you have a 2/3 and a 3/3, which makes the tribe Murloc super good in 1 star category. If you combine with Murloc Tidehunter, Tidecaller gets even higher. He gets if you play just Tidecaller with Tidehunter, you have a 3/2 and a 2/1 and a 1/1, and especially at the start, you want to have, I think, more smaller minions that can attack several times than 1 minion with high attack and low health, like Tidecaller doesn't have lots of HP. So yeah, this is it. So I think the best two cards stay here, the Homunculus and the Righteous Protector, and honorable mention is the Rockpool Hunter, because he is the only minion with a stat line of 2/3, and it has a battle cry that you can maybe use later. And you can also use this on amalgams, don't forget that. So place 1, place 2, place 3. And the worst cards, I think there are no the worst cards, but I think as in stats, the worst card here is it's bad, but I think it's the Alley Cat. Why is that so? Because Alley Cat needs synergy. That's the one thing. And the second point is you can't do anything besides giving 2 attack. You would say, okay, you can also just have 2 damage with Righteous Protector, split on 2 attacks. But the point is that the Protector is for more like the early game, and the Alley Cat can't do anything in the later stages of the game. And that's basically what makes the Alley Cat weak. It makes it in fact even weaker than the Murloc Tidecaller, because Murloc Tidehunter, sorry. The Tidehunter is 1 stat more. So it can compete with a Voidwalker. It can compete with a Micro Machine. And an Alley Cat. And a Selfless Hero. Or. And that makes the Tidehunter way better in this. Honorable mention from one of the also worst cards, not from the top but from the lower, is Micro Machine. Because if you play Maleficent and you get the Micro Machine is an instant 2/3. Yeah, an instant 2/3, which gets up to a 3/3 as your first minion, which is also very, very strong. But only if you have Maleficent. Good. That's it for the 1 star. Now let's get to 2 stars. So let's get through them. We have a Neutron, 1/2 Taunt Divine Shield, Harvest Golem, 2/3, Death Rattle Summon Damaged Golem, Kaboombot, deal 3 damage to a random enemy minion, Kindly Grandmother, Metal Tooth Leaper, Mounted Raptor. So I guess with the 1 cost minion they mean 1 star minion in this case. So the other Murlocs have +2 attack, give a friendly demon +2/+2. Sounds very nice. Nightmare Amalgam, Old Merc Eye, Pogo Hopper, Red Pack, Scavenging Hyena, Shielded Minibot, Spawn of N'Zoth, and Zoobot. So we have more cards in the 2 star slot because here we have a lot of diversity. So mech 1, 2, 3, 4. This doesn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mechs. The variety of mechs, my friends. And beasts 1, 2, 3, 4, and not so many demons. Demons only 1, but Murlocs also 1, 2, and that's it. So mechs are the winners of 2 stars, which means for you, if you, let's say, get Maleficent, you don't want to spend time too much on 1 star minions. You try to upgrade your tavern as fast as possible and get 2 star minions out just as you go. So that's very, very important to know. Good cards for themselves, you don't have to play any other cards, are, with the same reason as Righteous Protector, a Neutron, like it gets 2 attacks off the enemy. Kindly Grandmother is also very, very nice because it is 1 attack, then you get a free 2, and this attacks 2. which is basically 4 damage split onto 2 attacks. And this split on 2 attacks, don't underestimate. This is really, really good, because there are if you rush 2-star, means your opponents will be stuck with 1-star and maybe 1 or 2-star. And you maybe have this and this and this. And then you just have just way more attacks. The Death Rattle summon stuff, a lot of stuff on the 2-star summons tokens like Red Pack, Mounted Raptor, Kindly Grandmother, Harvest Golem. What else do we have? Yeah, so these summon. This is enough. And the 1 attack is really, really important there to maybe kill a small minion at the start and then continue with the free 2. Okay, so yeah, Kindly Grandmother is one of my favorites here, definitely. I think Mounted Raptor also goes in that category, because it can be really, really interesting if you get, let's say you get a Mounted Raptor and it dies, and then you get a Vulgar Homunculus, which is 3/2 plus 2/4. I think this is possibly the best stat line you can have here. But you can also have a Selfless Hero, then get a Divine Shield on another minion, have Makaroo with another 1/1, or Righteous Protector, you get the point, yeah? So, Mounted Raptor is, in my opinion, especially at the earlier stages of the game, super strong and totally worth getting. Same as Kindly Grandmother. And also same goes for Red Pack and a Neutron. But, and this is also very interesting, one of my personal favorites is also there. You see him here, Shielded Minibot. This is my honorable mention S tier, especially if you go for max. Enough said. Scavenging Hyena is a very, very interesting card, but you need synergies. So I would say, out of all of these cards, the best with synergies is Scavenging Hyena. Because whenever a friendly beast dies, gain +2/+1. If you can combine this with Kindly Grandmother and Ally Cat, this will get out of control very fast. You can also combine it with Red Pack. This is basically the same. Yeah, that's all I can say to 2-star minions. The worst thing, depending on how it works, could be Pogo Hopper. Because if you really need to find the minion Pogo Hopper to trigger the battle cry, then it's crap. If the battle cry triggers itself every round, then it is super good. Then Pogo Hopper is maybe also worth playing as a standalone card, because it just buffs itself all the time, all in all. Next we go on to tier 3. So we got Cobalt Guardian, we got Cold Light Seer, Crowd Favorite, Crystal Weaver, Houndmaster, Imp Gang Boss, Infested Wolf, Khadgar, Pack Leader, Phalanx Commander, Piloted Shredder, Psychotron, Replicating Menace, Screwjank Clunker, Shifter Zerus, and Soul Juggler. Oh yeah, and Tortoian Shell Razor. Some of you might ask, okay, how is Shifter Zerus working? It says, okay, each turn this is in your hand, transform it into a random minion. Okay, so it can be any minion. So this is basically a gamble card. But if you have, if you have triple on this card, it says exactly the same. Each turn this is in your hand, transform it into a random minion, but into a random upgraded triple minion. Yeah, you need to have this in mind. Okay, so according to tribes, mechs stay interesting here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 mechs. No, 5 mechs. We have only 1 beast, and we have 1 murloc and 1 demon. So you see, mechs are 2-star and 3-star material. So they are basically not the super hyper aggressive early game, but the mid game, early to mid game, because you get a lot of synergies there. Especially you want to have the Scavenging Hyena. This is your bread and butter. You want the other stuff to die. Protect maybe the Scavenging Hyena by, I don't know, getting Kindly Grandmother or later Infested Wolf or Red Pack, and then combine it with Houndmaster to just make sure that the Hyena survives all of the time, and that the Houndmaster improves the other minion. Like for example, if you combine it with Red Pack, it's a 4/4 that that spawns 4 1/1s, which is +8 +4 more for the Scavenging Hyena, +2 +1, so +10 +5 every round for the Scavenging Hyena, just with this 3-card combo. This is very, very good. So, niche card, Khadgar. Need to show you this. If you triple Khadgar, it says your cards that summon minions summon 3 times as many. So, for example, if you have Khadgar, and you can, it doesn't matter even if you combine it with any battle cry, summon this. This is just the nuts. Like for example, if you combine it with, even if you combine it with Murloc Tidehunter, it's you have Khadgar, you have Tidehunter, you have a 2/1, and you have 3 1/1s. I think for the start it's very, very good. So why not? Okay. Standalone winners here are Psychotron, same reasons as with the other Divine Shield minions. Piloted Shredder, because it's I die and I come back with another minion, and maybe this has also a death rattle, so there is very, very high potential by downgrading the minion. Imp Gang Boss, like it's also I get attacked, I get another minion, this minion can also attack, which is even more dynamic here. Shift Azerus, not so much. What is very interesting in my opinion is the Tartarian Shellraiser. It is basically the only one or one of 2 or so neutral options to buff your minions permanently. Because Death Rattle give a random friendly minion +1/+1 and Wooms. You can do this every round, and because it's the taunt, it gets killed before the other minions, so a non-taunt minion is guaranteed to get the +1/+1 buff. So the other stuff is, and this is very important to know, the rest is basically tribe. So even, let's say if we don't have lots of demons in this section, we have Crystal Weaver, which says, Battlecry, give your demons +1/+1. It's good, right? So, or Cold Lightseer, give your other Murlocs +2 health. Or your taunt minions have +2 attack. And so on and so on. The 3-star category is lots of buffs. And so you want to go, in best case, with solo content good cards, like Piloted Shredder, because you know the value these cards have, but you have to have in mind that other people may just buff their cards, and then you are a bit screwed if you don't keep up with this. Good. Up to tier 4. So, halfway through, my friends. So, you know what I will say. It has Divine Shield, it has Taunt, it is a good card. Yeah, because 2 attacks. By the way, if you upgrade it, it's 4/8. And it's magnetic, by the way, so you can combine this, you can really combine this with other mechs, which is very, very good in my opinion. So, Bolvar. So, if you really followed all of the Divine Shield minions, you go get Bolvar. And Bolvar just buffs himself into eternity, because every time a friendly minion loses Divine Shield, he gains +2 attack, and this stays. And then he's just like, well guys, I will Screw you all. Cave Hydra. Yeah, now you can attack you can attack 3 minions at once. You can give minions taunt and +1/+1. Some snowball tactics. Some snowball tactics number 2. Some snowball tactics number 3. You see what comes. Buff. The durable fighter. You see, like, piloted Sky Golem into piloted Shredder into whatever else. Security Rover, also very, very known. Siege Breaker, like a buffer for other demons. The Beast, also with the drawback of getting your opponent a free Finkel Einhorn, which makes the Beast basically a 7/4. Toxfit, you might wonder why a low stat minion is 4 stars, and that is just because it gives a friendly Murloc poisonous, and this poisonous I think will stay, which makes one minion basically a Maxner 0.5, which is just the nuts, which is just super good. Vermin Sensei, friendly beast +2/+2. Okay, you see, there's also a lot of buffs, some high roll steam tactics, and the question remains, which card is the best in this category for playing it solo for its own? And here we have a hard competition, because so this goes 3, so place number 3 for me, because place 1 and 2 are competed so hard here by piloted Sky Golem and Security Rover. But I think, this is my personal opinion, the Security Rover wins. Yeah, if you think German and want to talk English. So the Security Rover wins in my opinion, because Security Rover says, okay, this minion takes damage, you summon a 2/3 mech with taunt. And later, if you can triple it, it has 12 HP. And so with that, you basically get attacked 3 up to 4 times with this minion, which makes up for 3 up to 4 secs max with taunt, which is a lot of damage. It's basically a lot of damage. And if you go for piloted Sky Golem, also in the triple version, you just summon 2 random 4-cost minions. So if you go for the Death Rattle package, let's say with Arthas, with the Lich King, the piloted Sky Golem is better. And if you don't have these, completely standalone, then the Rover is better. And that's why I say the Rover wins this race, because he's not even hero power dependent. Yeah, and what is, in my opinion, the crap card here? If I got this correct, it should be the Iron Sensei. The reason is, he says at the end of your turn, give another friendly minion, friendly mech +2/+2, which means he maybe has to survive the fights. And a 2/2 minion that survives later fights is, I think, not that realistic. If you could do this, then he would also be good for Security Rover. But I think it's only in the Tavern rounds that the Iron Sensei, wins this. So, and that's basically why I think, nope, this won't be too good here. Good. Also, I think, by the way, Siege Breaker is a crap card. The reason is not because of the stats. The stats are completely okay. It says your other demons have +1 attack. But if you really want to make use out of this buff, this minion has to be in your starting composition very, very early. Very, very early. And that's basically the problem I have with this card. So, Tier 5. What do we have for Tier 5? So we have especially Bran and Rivendare. So for synergy cards, super, super important. We have Annihilation Battlemaster, which gains +1 health for each damage our hero has taken. So this is a card that fits naturally into Patchwork. I mean, let's just say Patchwork has already lost 40 HP, and then Annihilation Battlemaster comes, and he has 341. I think he can attack a few times, maybe, but you can also combine him very good, in my opinion, with Professor Putricide. Like, you have lost a lot of HP, you put it to the left side, you give it +10, it's a 1330. That's really, really good. I mean, this is a stat line you can really live with. Yeah. Then we have Goldrin, the Great Wolf, which says Death Rattle, give your beasts +4/+4, and this buff is really strong. Tripled, it's give all of your beasts +8/+8. I approve. Very, very good. And as far as I have understood, this effect stays. As far as I have understood. Yeah, Ironhide Dire Horn I think is also very, very interesting. If you can manage to get one of these very early in the game, overkills are basically guaranteed. And if you can then upgrade it to a 14/14 with overkill, summon a 10/10, this can snowball a board so fast that I think your opponent might be chanceless even against this one minion. And then we have Light Fang Enforcer. At the end of your turn, give a random friendly mech, Murloc, Demon, and Beast +2/+2. So basically, it's like the Iron Sensei, a buffer, but it's basically a better buffer than Iron Sensei. He has the same stats, but he also buffs 3 other tribes. So in best case, you can have a +8/+8 at the end of every turn on this. Very, very good. Downside, he has no tribes, so he can't benefit from you getting maybe, let's say, a second Light Fang Enforcer. Just to have that in mind. Then we have the good old Mal'Ganis. Like, if you have this guy, you can also tap for gold coins without any problems. And he just buffs your other demons to +2/+2. That is very good. And if you can manage to have him on this side, he's 18/14, so hard to kill, and every demon you have has +4/+4. So I think demons is really the late game tribe you want to get. Murlocs is the mid game tribe. Murlocs is the early game. Mech is the mid game. Beast is mid to late, and demons is total late game. So I think it's very hard to stay alive if you want to go with demons. Yeah, but if you can manage to get, I don't know, if you can manage to get Mal'Ganis, the Battle Master, and maybe something here, the Void Lord, this might be really, really strong, because there are lots of synergy cards for demons. To the synergy we come in another videos. So we have Mechano Egg. So 5 stars, Death Rattle, summon 8/8 Robosaur, and on triple it says summon 16/16 Robosaur. You might wonder, why should I play a 0/5? Because this egg gets killed automatically by any interesting attack, but it absorbs 5 damage, or let's say 1 up to 2 attacks from the opponent that your minions have time to attack for themselves. This is good. This is really good. Like a passive taunt, you could say. A soft taunt, not passive taunt. So Primal Fin Lookout, if you control another Murloc, discover a Murloc. I don't know how this might work. Like, if I have to, if I can discover a minion at the start of every turn, or if it is discovered randomly. This I don't know. Yeah, so 5/7, which summons 3/1/1 Murlocs. Savannah Highmane, Strong Shell Scavenger, and the Boogie Monster. So, no, this is this. Which cards do I think are stand-alone the best? In my opinion, it's Ironhide Direhorn, because it can snowball very, very good, in my opinion. Then for later stages, the Annihilant Battlemaster, but this goes more to rank 2, place 2, in my opinion. And generally the Savannah Highmane is really good, because it is just, you summon 2/2 hyenas, you have a 6/5, later it's upgraded, it's even better. But the point is, it's basically 10-9 stats, and the 10-9 stats not bulked up to 1 minion but to 3 minions split is very, very good and very, very versatile. And that's what makes Savannah Highmane an all-around, all of the time, very good pick. Same goes for Ironhide Direhorn. If it can kill 1 minion, it goes to the nuts, it snowballs. Mechano Egg is also very, very interesting, because it kills... it soaks up to 5 damage. And then... and then it creates an 8/8, which is very, very good, because don't forget, you have a Noyo module. You can magnetic, divine shield and taunt into the egg, and then you have a 2/9 divine shield taunt egg that evolves into a 8/8 robo chicken dinosaur. So the synergy here is super, super high. So the synergy prize is won by Mechano Egg, definitely. Even though we have Morganis there, the Mechano Egg synergy stuff is just too high. Very, very much too high. Because you can also combine it with Baron Riven there. You can combine it with the Lich King. So you can make use of the Mech tribe. You can make use of the Death Rattle. This is all very, very good. So Mechano Egg wins the synergy prize, and the standalone goes to Savannah Highmane. It's just overall always safer, safer in comparison to the Ironhide Direhorn. But if the meta just shows that the Direhorn will always kill something in an overkill, let's say like 90% of the time, or even 80% of the time, it's better than the Savannah Highmane. That's it. And what's the loser of this round? In my opinion, it's it's hard to say, in my opinion. I would say the Sated Thrasherdon, because I don't see where it wants to go with this with the synergies. There's just too few synergies that you can make good use of. So yeah, okay, let's go to the last part, to the last 6-star, which has to show the high-end minions in this battle mode. So we have the Foe Reaper, which is a 6/9 mech that also damages the minions next to whomever it attacks. So it can swing for about 18 damage, or 3 times 12, which is 36 damage, 12, 12, 12, to other opponents, which is very, very high damage if you can manage to get that. Gentle Megasaur, yeah, this is the Murloc synergy. And Guest Coiler, Death Rattle summon 2 random Death Rattle minions. So you see where this goes in. Then we have Kangor's Apprentice for the mech synergy. Summon the first 2 friendly mechs that died this combat. Upgraded, by the way, it's the first 4 mechs that died this combat, which is really, really high value. Mexna, which is just a killer. And Mama Bear. Mama Bear will evolve into Mama Bear 2.0. And yeah, if you have lots of small minions that you can summon, like for example from the red pack, and every let's say you summon 4 reds and they all get +1/+1, then you have Mama Bear 10/10 and 4 11/11s. I can see that value. Yes, needs Old Shredder. Upgraded, it summons 2 random legendary minions. Yeah, and Void Lord, you know him well from Kobolds and Catacombs. And Zap Slowick, the I don't know what goblin. Wind Fury 7/10, this minion always attacks the enemy minion with the lowest attack. So, in my opinion, this minion is very, very nice, and the good thing is it has no tribe. This is what makes it very, very interesting. Okay, so what is my winner in this category? Is it Zap Slowick? Is it Sneeds? Is it Void Lord? Is it Ghast Coiler? Okay, so let's see the facts. Maxna is niche potential. So if your opponent has some super crazy minions you can't get to according to life points or stuff like this, then Maxna might be something to go. But overall, she's not that solo killer everything, because she also only has 8 HP, and at the point where you are at 6 stars, enemy minions have a lot of attack, trust me. So Sneeds is basically the same, like you roll into more, and Sneeds could also roll into Zap Slowick. Yeah, like for example, just keep that in mind. And Void Lord is just lots of bunkering. Yeah, like, don't know, if you have 2 Void Lords just standing there, it's so many walls that your opponent has lots of trouble to deal with you. And Zap just efficiently looks for the weak stuff and tries to kill it. So, in my opinion, the real winner in this category is standalone, without anything else, Sneeds Old Shredder. And the only reason is because he can also get us Zap Slowick. That is the only reason. Because Sneeds itself most of the time survives 1.5 attack, and then gives you a random legendary minion, which can be Maxna, which can be Zap, which can be the Faux Reaper. I showed the rest of the legendaries, which can be the Boogie Monster, Mal'Ganis, Goldrin, Baron Rivendare, Bolvar, the Beast. Okay, Shift the Zeros is if you get the bad card Khadgar, second bad card, and Murk-Eye, and that's it. So yeah, you have a few bad legendaries and you have so many good legendaries, and that's why Sneeds Old Shredder is really, really good. Plus, he is standalone, but you can also combine him later with Ghast Coiler. Yeah. Which is like, okay, the Ghast Coiler can also get us 2 times Sneeds Old Shredder. Okay. And Ghast Coiler doesn't say it summons random death rattle minions that already died. It just summons us 2 random death rattle minions. And basically, because Ghast Coiler can get us Sneeds Old Shredder, he wins the battle of the best card. That's basically it, yeah? I mean, 3 cards played in one, and if you can upgrade it, it's 4 random death rattle cards, which is like, oh my god, you kill this, maybe let's say at the second last, and boom, another full board, and in worst case for the opponent, it's 4 Sneeds Old Shredders, which give you I don't know how many stuff, another 4 Sneeds Old Shredders, and then your opponent cries and yeah, just goes out. So Ghast Coiler has the most rolling potential, safest potential is Sneeds Old Shredder. But if you can get your hands on Zap, also go for Zap. And the rest, of course, is high-end synergies. Like Gentle Megasaur is the end of Murlocs. Then Mama Bear for beasts. And Voidlord for demons. And that's basically it. And with this, I'm closing my personal opinions on all of the tier list of all my opinions on all of the cards according to star level. Good. Okay. I think I will start to show you the synergies in the next videos, and until then, stay tuned. If you like this video, if you think maybe okay that helped you a bit, leave me and subscribe. I'm not asking too much for subscribes because God. But if you liked it, I would really like to see you in my next videos too. Otherwise, just leave me a comment. I'm reading every comment, even if it's hate post. I don't care. Have a nice day, everybody, and stay tuned. Bye.